The Great Honorable Gustavo, Free Willy Productions, Free World Propaganda Inc., Real Wolfpack 2022, Real Music 2022. I look like I'm stressed with that shit in my forehead. Look at it. It's like I'm all tight and not, but I don't feel tight. I feel loose, full of heart and soul, ready to burst on the world and let go everything that you ever thought was ever known, when I proceed to be the guy who still sits in the throne, yet to be taken down and left alone to just fall apart and break into pieces by himself, secluding himself away from every type of people that can exist in a world where we live in a bliss. And I put it down like this in a mix that turns into a tape that you gotta fix up to get straight, to figure out what I'm debating about when I come off the membrane with the real loud sound that brings around everybody in the town to be in my presence, to just feel blessed like they're famous, because everybody's pain and anguish points them in a direction of healing, and they feel like I'm the best thing speaking to their spirit, rising their spirits, raising their spirits, giving them a lot to hear and endure, while they know they fear it because they can't get the clearest, and it's something that they don't really prefer, but they got to deal with. What makes me grow on them, so that we're all steel company with the ability to frown down men who clown around on humans, letting them be the victims of put downs and belittling, when we come around and put all the bullies down in a filthy pit where they get eaten alive by spiders and snakes and stung by scorpions and eaten by fucking big lizards from the Philippines and Indonesia and wherever the hell these guilty, self-pleasing people who aren't really that real and kind of evil because they're primitive come from, and they belong within the system in which developed around them, which is a lot of old-time paganist, idealistic versions of living with the gifts that occur when you come to be recognizing who God is, and then you find yourself and say, amen, give it to me, and I do everything I can, so let me see what I can think of next to please everybody around me who wants to be entertained for days by the great CHAMP of the ring, the champion with the bling crown that you can't really see, but it's a halo that sits high on my head that really shines when I start to bust out giving bread to my friends. That is the bread body of Christ and the blood of Christ too, to drink some alcohol and get mixed with the booze and have a downtime where you really feel you can get into a groove and start dancing, feeling fine like every move you put out is the reason why you are jumping around with your head in the sky, bobbing up and down with the whole crowd, going along with my fucking verses that I put out to the world, cursing all the worst type of things that can exist in the ways that we developed, in which we give raise to, which shouldn't be because they're shameful and not indeed the proper way of functioning in today's society, when you gotta see that you can climb to be up on the highest mountain peak and look down on all around you, but try to bring them up to your level, because you're not a clown who just fucking frowns on dudes, giving them the truth in a weird way, making it comical so they don't want to stay because they feel uncomfortable in the day, sharing the day with you, and you gotta misconstrue the truth, because the truth is we all got heart and want to show love and get along, to find that we all belong in some type of version of self coexisting with ourselves, bringing other life forms to develop with humanity. And we do trap them in zoos, but we give them food and give them kind of enough room to move around and not be so crude and lewd and fancy like the rule of the animals when they rise up and storm the gates of the keeps where everybody's keeping prisoners of war. That ain't due to the good Lord, it's due to something more or less what makes us not our best, when we look down on the rest around us, trying to find people's flaws and weaknesses to take advantage of them, because it gives us some kind of outstanding privilege to have a reason to be the ones who get the pussy, because it's easier to access when there's not a lot of competition around taking you rats to the grave, because you're really mice and not show your face to the whole place around, and you suffice to seem like you should bow down to the crown, kiss the ring of the guy who does this goddamn thing all the time, getting around, moving around the ring, doing the dance. Motherfucker, take your pants off and put fuck me in the ass, and I turn around and blast you cold cock you in the head so fucking hard and fast that you fall dead on the ground, immediately pronounce dead on arrival. Show that I got the eye of the tiger, letting it all be known that my blood is fucking tiger blood, and I see goblins and I'm by winning and nobody can stop him. This guy's sinning, but he's not really sinning. He's kind of delicate and innocent, and I'm so purebred that I let him know that I speak from all my Mohican blood and Anglo-Saxon, Norman, Celtic, and Caesarian bloodlines, to see that I shine all the time, to let it be known that we're going to never fold, going down a road that's going to lead us to make history and switch around the whole world and change everything and everything we thought we knew, and make us realize it was us who grew, because we did actually listen to everything that D. Will was spitting from the soul, pointing us to a new road in which we go down, paying every toll, and we've been doing the work. So how you going to try to hurt us and make us feel like we should be murked and we're worthless, because we really are cursing everybody who was sitting on top and sitting below us, and everybody in the middle class is the real heroes with heroic valor and indeed deeds that show that they splattered the brains of all these backwards wannabe MCs that could never create a goddamn thing that's entertaining or pleasing to anyone. And I got mad love that I showed everybody on the run and sitting still and fleeing and fighting and freezing and doing everything that the police want, because the police are the biggest corrupt entity of all in the existence of the Trade Federation, the Galactic Covenant that takes over the world and corrupts it, because you guys are so lazy. You never want to work to find who you really are. Maybe you're a little bit crazy, but it's okay. We represent duality of man and the yin yang, and the Chinese know it too, so they're going to tab my back, dude, when it comes down to find out who the fools are ruining the goddamn planet, eating too much food, being goddamn savages, trying to corruptly slaughter animals that they eat at Burger King and McDonald's, when they know that on arrival I'm a show that I'm God's chosen one, number two, to guide in the seat, to rule the whole top and the bottom and all in the middle, and everybody's going to feel thrilled when they get a little bit of civility put into their DNA that's going to stick through their genetic code to go to their offspring when they procreate and try to make the best of what they can. So they want kids to endure the pain and take their fate for what it is and make a legacy that's so great we could never catch a buzz again. This is great is what we feel when we all come together and pray to the better end of at the end of our days, to maybe be with people we love in our face, showing us FaceTime love and real stuff that comes from the heart and below and inside and above in our minds and our souls and all around and everything that we got. And we keep going with the flock and showing our feathers when we fly high with who are our brothers and sisters, letting us endeavor the worst of the cleverest ways that are cruel and wicked, because we know that we didn't need it, and it really was a bickering confrontation, showing the despicable ways of a whole nation when we bomb the shit out of other places and don't care about civilians, and that's wrong, and we really should be feeling really guilty right about now. But hey, I'm part of this country too, so I'm responsible, and I take responsibility and accept it and say that I swear to God I'm going to change my ways and be better than I was yesterday, and always improve every day, and always try to do better than I did in the past, and not relax until I get a present that shows me that I'm in heaven and can provide for a better future for all the kids that are going to inherit this earth from us and take from us what we gave to them, which was hopefully a good way in which we prayed to God, amen, and gave men the soul-spirited shine that they need to fold, ribbit, and climb and jump across the road like a goddamn frog, drinking Budweisers and eating hogs and flipping pogs and playing cards and getting along and acting like retards, and then being smart, and then getting intellectual, then getting drunk, and then letting your soul go and letting emotions flow and start to tear up, because we realize that we're all wrong and we should be doing a lot more than we do now, and we're going to get together and rise up and take over every town, everywhere, and liberate the world till nobody lives in fear, and there's no more people being scared, and no life is scared, and no life isn't prepared for what they have, because we have our God-given natural talents and abilities that occur to give us the resistance to not give in to temptation and let us live in a wasted nation that cleanses itself and sobers up, but only takes uppers to really get up and feel proper and make sense of the universe in the best way. And we fast for God tomorrow, today, and yesterday. We didn't really, but it's okay, because we know we're filthy, and we're just going to marry somebody who's filthy like us, that's around our age, and let all the boys get a girl their age to be their girlfriend, to stay in a place with them and hold hands and make love and feel love and see a little bit of lust and a little bit of titties jiggling around with them thighs bouncing up and down on the slamming cock around the fucking whole town that gets around to lay all the girls, and those guys are the ones we're gonna get at and put them down so they can't rise up again in the world and show them that what occurs when they were their best shouldn't actually be happening because they're too good and we don't relate to it. That's why no one listens to Eminem anymore, because he's too damn smart and too hardcore and too sick and explicit and descriptive with sexual techniques and serial killing and getting bitches wet because he's so violent and strong and muscular, but he's not even really. He's kind of a hard old looking troll with a ice rope around his neck that looks like a cyclone hit him and took away the best of him and put him back with a weird beard. Eminem, I love you, but you're kind of queer, my friend who's dearest of me, and I let you know the clearest to see company in the grace of the sunlight under the moonlight shining down in daylight or night. Whatever's going on, it doesn't matter, because we're bloodhounds and we like to sniff around to find where the pussy is and figure it out, how we're gonna get pushing that ass all night long. And I don't care if it's wrong, because I feel so right and I'll be doing it all the time, and let people know that in my mind I'm inclined to entwine these rhymes with the shine that I got, that lets go what I won't let fly, letting all know that I do the bunny hop up the goddamn hill, riding for thrills, doing the big deals, making the big deals, trying to appeal to people that are real. And if they don't feel a villain that's chilling with the willing to be good and change, then they got no feeling of what's sane in their goddamn little portrayed ways in which they claim to be the good of God's grace, letting their claim rule them to gain what comes to them around the world. And I put a foot down when a girl wanna boss me around, and I tell her that ain't how it's going down, bitch. Get in the car and let's ride around and go for a drive and see what we find, and see if we might get extra high to be flown far away into the sky, into the night, and enter outer space and move at the speed of light, which we're trying to work to, which should be our main focus, but we might have already let erode this resources we need to put together, travel at the speed of light and ignite and take off into the night space that might be bright because the sun came and took away all the darkness and the shadows disappeared, and we were actually kind of queer about going farther to discover new planets, to liberate them and colonize them and take care of them and be shepherds of the universe, showing that men are courageous and got good hearts, and we are spontaneous too and natural and random and unpredictable, but it's fun and creates laughter and makes you really spread joy with all the girls and boys and men and women and everybody who can dodge their doom when it's time to get to fuming with some peace pipe smoke. And then we have visions and realizations that are no joke, that show us the future if we don't overcome what's happening to us, taking us through the worst and putting us in a path to slam into the goddamn sun with the whole earth in a fast spiraling way. We go down and plummet out of orbit and don't have a gravitational pull keeping us close to our main star anymore. And we aren't heroes because we don't go as far as we probably should to recolonize Mars and start to grow life there again, and figure out how to create greenhouses on the surface that take in the heat from the sun and let life occur and grow and create plants and trees and jungles all in big biosphere dome piece constructions. And we really come from nothing, but we're hustling and trying to make the best of what we got and rise to the top, so we're all on top, and there is no bottom and there is no middle class. There's just everybody busting their ass to be the best version of themselves that they possibly can be, letting the hate pass till it swells up so much that it hurts too much for us to keep around, and we put ice on it and the wound heals up and the goose egg goes down and isn't really found to be as painful as we thought it originally was. But we speak our minds cause we believe it's just when we tell the truth and be honest about what the devil's whispering in our ears. And we still got God guiding us, so we really got to hear it all and decide what is the truth and what is the lies, and see everything from two sides of the view of the angle to give us different sides of the story and new perception in which we can analyze every demonstration of an occurring basic formation of realizations that show you the path of everything arisen from an attack of verbalization to show we're expressing ourselves the best we can, but we don't know everything, and we learn something new every goddamn day, and it's such a goddamn blessing. The goddamn Dave is so goddamn great, so goddamn I say that I goddamn may goddamn portray what I goddamn claim to make a gain, in which I goddamn can do anything, and so can you, because if I can do it, it should be easy to you, because I'm walking you through all the steps and make you the best person that you can be, and show that we can all go past the ceiling and rise and fly in the sky and come off the ground and never dive back down to nosedive into the shallows again, and never be shallow again, and go in the deep end and swim and tread water for minutes and moments, making a moment golden, when we chose that we were so hopeful that everything could be better tomorrow, that we actually put our blessings on our cargo ships and guided them into the docks and met our peers head on and said we're glad that you all came around and came down to have a smile and share a beer, maybe not that, actually have a puff of my ice, because I guarantee it'll change your life and make you see life in a whole new light. And if that ain't right, then how the fuck am I so hype right now, making sense of everything, saying stuff in ways you never heard it before, letting you walk with the wind and walk through any door that you thought was closed, to explore new avenues of being able to coexist with the world in which we live, and see if we can get the gift to overcome and be bigger than the curse, which is the worst of earth and the worst of us and our flaws and all that we don't want